And we are live.
NT freezes.
Well, anyways, while T is lagging,
Am I lagging?
welcome to episode 22 of the Degen Report, where we brought on one of our first guests ever. That guest being that of Stash. Woo! So last time we had him on, he had many other jobs, but these days he seems to focus on a new crypto job, being that working as the community manager over at Tavern Squad. No?
He writes
No,
the lore.
I'm
He
the
writes
lore
the
writer.
lore.
Oh well, technically the job description in the white paper is creative director because Knackfish
That's-
fancy
Ooh.
like that.
That's what I meant. Like, keep it in mind, it's 9 a.m. and I slept like 2.5 hours. So, but that's what we meant. He is the creative director of a new up and coming NFT. Can you kind of let us in on that, man?
Yeah. So Tavern Squad has been around for a little bit over a year. They minted, I think, at the end of November last year, and it's been a sleeper project for quite a while because right off the bat, the team had a very specific vision, which was for gamified staking. And Tavern Squad, if I remember correctly, were the first NFT project on the Cardano space to do the wallet integration on the website, and they had that pretty much quite soon after mint, I believe, or was it at time of mint? And that in its own was impressive. I minted a couple, and well, the community didn't really catch on to Tavern Squad just yet because the vision that they had took some time to build, was going to take some time to build, and evidently just short after a year later, they've come up with the first iteration of their MVP, the minimum value proposition, right? And so what we're seeing right now is Tavern Squad birthing the first of its kind participative gamified staking method. Now, how they've done this is off the bat, you know that your NFT has got traits, and because this is a sword and magic genre kind of NFT, you've got your standard armor classes, weapons, and all that, right? So what they've done here is, if you look at the latest white paper, they've attributed classes to the armors and bonuses to the weapons. So if you've got a character with a combination of traits, you could get bonuses when you do raiding. And raiding is basically the crux of what I'll speak of with regards to Tavern Squad. What gamified staking basically is that you've got your adventurers, and if you connect your wallet, you can see on the Tavern Squad website under the raiding tab what bonuses they have, and then you could take a look at the raids, which are essentially these locked missions that you send your adventurers on. It's non-custodial, but of course if you move the adventurer during the raid, you just break the contract and the raid fails. But it's still non-custodial. But what it is a commitment of your adventurer to a raid, and it tells you upfront what the rewards are, what the costs are. At the moment with raids, what you get is this off-chain token called fragments. You can craft 10 fragments into one wormstone, which is an on-chain token, and this is going to be the center of the entire Tavern Squad ecosystem. So off the bat, you have a reason to participate in the raids, right? And a lot of the holders have made the observation that it's more efficient for you to do shorter daily raids than the longer ones. Generally, in these kind of when you look at the staking, the longer raids, the longer staking missions tend to have a better reward because they encourage you to lock in your tokens for a set amount of time. But with Tavern Squad, because it is a participative game, you want people talking about it. What Knackfish has decided to do is, on aggregate, to make it more efficient for you to send your adventurers on shorter missions for the moment, so that every day you come in, you log in, you claim your reward, send your adventurers in, try different combinations, right? And that's where I think a lot of planning has gone into what he's executed at the moment. It looks like one promise and one delivery, but it's not. There's a lot that's actually gone into it to make it a system that not only is first of its kind but works, right? You want people to be active in the ecosystem. You don't want them just sending the adventurers off, locking them in, and then not interacting. And that's why you see the buzz that's going on right now. It's because people are figuring out what they can do with the staking. They're looking for traits that they actually want based on the white paper, based on what benefits it gives your party and all that. And so that's why it's just popping off. People are loving what they see. I'm happy. I fucking love Dungeons and Dragons, and this is very reminiscent of that.
We talked to Dane Ketsu like two or 3 weeks ago, and they are doing something very, very similar to that.
Oh, first of all, shout out to Zushan, real homie.
Zushan is the motherfucking homie. Very, very fun episode talking to him. But the whole idea where you are providing utility to the utility, where it's not just this like boring
blank token. Exactly.
Is huge. So
while Mitch sips his coffee, I want to input as well about Tavern Squad. I think the most interesting thing to me is I've been like watching the Tavern Squad, like the numbers on the back end, like on OpenCNFT, seeing like how things are like shifting around. And what's interesting to me is that not only does Tavern Squad have like a really, really healthy like wallet distribution, like there's so many people with like 10 to 20, but it seems like the wallet like holder amount has been relatively the same through the past like 3 weeks or 3 weeks while Tavern Squad has just been going insane. And to me, that means, you just see larger holders dropping 1 or 2, picking up more from the floor, picking up things that they're looking for like their trio for the rating, and things like that. So I think that overall, like Tavern Squad has the ability just to remain, just this force that I think that this won't just be like a little pump and then it just falls way back down after a while. I think going into the new year, you're going to see Tavern Squad to continue to do great things. And like you said, I think that's all on the back of Knackfish having a vision and executing that even while other people weren't paying attention to him or his project. That's I think that's kind of like the story about 2022 and because this is the last episode of the 2022 year as we go to the new year. For me, that's kind of the story of 2022 is like builders build and the builders win eventually, so I think that you see that in a lot of other projects as well that have kind of seen their limelight coming through the end of the year, but that's just something that I've noticed and I think it's really really cool and something to mention about Tavern Squad as well.
Yeah, with the holder count, I think what you're seeing is a close to net to zero impact, but I don't think it is the existing holders continuing to pile on. What I think you see happening is you've got a lot of people who bought Tavern Squads when they were like 28, right? 21. And so these people during this insane pump might want to get out. They might think, oh shit, this is a 20x, like I've got to sell, right? And on the other hand, we know for a fact from being in the Discord that there's been a sudden influx of a lot of holders from the Ape Society. They've just come in over the last 24 hours or something, and they're just going ape shit in there, no pun intended. We do have new entrants, and we can tell because people are coming in and asking questions about, first of all, the adventurers, which have been around for a year, and then of course the raiding mechanic and all that, right? But that's all in the white paper. Like anyone who was in the server throughout this entire year, they started flitting in a couple, I don't know, maybe about a month ago or something, when they knew the raids were going to get released. They familiarized themselves with the mechanics. But the pump, like everything in the NFT ecosystem, also draws a lot of new eyes, and that's the barrier that you have to break, because your prices and all that are only reflective of the interest that it drives, right? You could have a core community that's too small for your supply going apeshit about it. Nothing much is going to actually move until you have fresh money. And I spoke about this on the Aussie True Blue Spaces the other day with Tavern Squad. I think it's in a very unique position where you don't, I would think in order to onboard more users, to get more eyes, to get more people on the raid mechanic, you probably don't want it to shoot up that quickly. Like if it's like if the floor price is 1,000 ADA, it's going to be a lot harder for people to start off and get in, because you're talking about a floor here. You're not even talking about the combos you want. But right now we can see, because people have been picking up the combos they want, right? Even at these floor prices, some of the, I would say, pretty relatively common traits that give you good buffs are already way out of price range. Like the Aquillas were close to like 2,000 ADA or something this morning, right? And I know for a fact that there will be some missions that require you to have an Aquila. So there's actual genuine interest in people wanting to pick that up, right? Yeah, so I think it's in a good spot right now to continue attracting new eyes, and I think everyone should give it a shot, because fuck man, the UI is clean as hell, and if I may say so myself, the lore descriptions on these raids are just
absolutely. And I think that's cool too, is that like I think that Tavern Squad leverages like people, you know, wanting to diversify like the type of Tavern Squads that they hold, you know, for different various reasons, for the raids. I think that's super cool, because you have a lot of projects where, like, you know, even if it is some sort of like gamified experience, I don't think there's that much thought that goes into like, you know, what it's going to progress into, as you see with Tavern Squad. So I'm excited to see, you know, where they go heading into the new year. Yeah, I think it's going to do great. And speaking of heading into the new year, Stash, I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest lesson learned in 2022 CNFTs?
Easy. Fucking easy. It's a question of, I learned a lesson in trust, basically. When I talk to people, and if I get the vibe that they're genuine, I tend to turn and a bit of a, I tend to just trust, right? And I give it if I'm working with them, I give it my all. And when I get shafted, it's not just me that gets shafted, and I'm consistently reminded that my involvement in certain things make people trust the thing, even though I'm not at the helm. So a lesson that I've learned is moderation, maybe. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, we're all learning in this space in our own way. Where you either mint like a dozen rugs, or you, I don't know, like put your faith somewhere that it shouldn't have been. But that's it. I think my lesson is in trust. It's not a question of due diligence. Well, maybe initially it was, but yeah, it's that, right? It's about I think working within my means. Like when I believe in a particular vision, I believe in the way that a person's doing it, I tend to just go for it. Fuck, I spent so much time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Mitch.
Still, everything's a lesson, man.
That's right. Mitch, do you have a biggest lesson learned in the NFT space?
Man. Yes, I do. So I took like probably 9 months out of my year obsessing over NFTs and Cardano, and as the market's like kind of dipped, I've in a way like shifted that like focus onto a building outside of Cardano, and then kind of onboarding people doing that. So where maybe like 5 months ago I was in each server doing a good morning tweets, doing all of that. Now I've like moved my focus to building elsewhere. So it's kind of just like taking this very good early opportunity that we do have here and now, and then using it in this ecosystem, and then taking this ecosystem and building elsewhere. So you do something that nobody else is doing. So that's kind of like what I did over in a universe. I was active every day, did voice comms, did things like that, which nobody else did. Then I began doing that over in a voyage with these two cutie pies, then that made it where we could like foster a community. Then I took what I learned there over to Twitch, which I'm building up now. So it's just like keeping that work ethic going, but then building something bigger than anybody else is doing. Because I feel like anybody can wake up in the morning, do a good morning tweet, then check in on that in 2 hours. But the people that will blossom internally and externally, they are putting in more work and giving more of a fuck than those people just doing the same thing day after day after day. And those are the real fucking builders.
That's facts. Well, when you make it on Twitch, don't forget about me. Don't
Who are
forget
you?
don't forget all the biddies
Who are you?
that I've given.
All like 3 biddies, which is equal to like 3 cents.
I feel like your conversion on the biddies is a little wrong, but you know, it is what it is. I would say that for 2022, my biggest lesson in all of it, because I joined the space in December of 21, so I kind of like got to start the new year fresh. I think that what I've learned through 2022 is that a lot of the people that you see around that are like loud and that everybody in the community like recognizes, a lot of those people are just around when like times are good, but when shit really hits the fan, like you don't see those people anymore, you know. And those are the loudest people saying that like, what'd you say?
Like 25-cent ADA shit hits the fan.
Yeah, like 25-cent ADA. Like when you see all these people talking about like Cardano, like we're so early, like we're building, and then eventually, like now that I'm at the end of this year, I look back and see, or I look for so many names that I haven't seen in like so long, you know, like when shit started to really fall off, they just also fell off.
Don't mention names, Mitch.
No names. No names, but go ahead, Mitch.
These are people we just don't see, and I don't feel like we can't talk about them because they're not gonna fucking watch this shit.
No, I mean I don't want to like stir the pot at all, but my thing is that
I do.
I normally do, but my thing is that it's easy. It's easy to get like online behind a monkey PFP and say like, oh, we're early, like love this community, this and that, and then just like not really do anything or give a damn about anything. And when times get hard, just like leave.
Like I feel like maybe I can talk about that a bit because I've like shifted focus from being a Twitter influencer, which I fucking hate, and like posting shitty tweets
Do you even have a blue check mark, bro?
Dude, why would I?
Bro, I'm not paying for that shit because my Twitter barely works as it is, bro. I'm not paying for something that barely works. Like I couldn't even join a space yesterday because space is broke. Like I'm not doing this shit. And every time I try to send a tweet for the whole week, it'll be like, try again. So, bro, I'm not paying for this shit. Fuck Elon Musk. He broke Twitter, and I don't want any part of it.
In my eyes, like the people that buy it, their dream is to be a Twitter influencer. that is their dream. That is their hopes. That someday they'll be a Twitter fucking influencer like all their favorite superstars like Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner. That's their dream, where they do nothing but make tweets and make millions of dollars. That's
so weird how during the pandemic we just let that happen. Like people sat at home, made YouTube videos, and just became fuck off generationally rich.
which that's different because they're providing content. Like that's
you could argue Twitter is content.
Yeah, I think content is subjective. Like you could think anything is really content, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just not paying for like a app that works half the time. But either way,
this is let's compare a 10-minute YouTube video to a single tweet being like, which floor? which floor will we buy it
Oh
on?
no, they wouldn't make money doing that, would they? I thought you meant like those dudes who
Promoted.
tweet, like,
I thought you
threads.
meant like promoted
promoters
tweets.
and reviews and shit.
Maybe that, but what I'm kind of talking about is like when real money comes in and people are like, should I mint dumb turkeys? Then they are minting tomorrow. Meanwhile, dumb turkeys pays them $7 million.
You mean bull market shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think,
Okay.
well, I mean, and this is a conversation I was having with someone the other day, but I think that, at least in like my experience in this NFT space, I think that a lot of times I want to approach it from what I want it to be and not what it is, right? So I kind of have like this what's the word? Like I want it to be what it is, and I approach it that way, but no one else is approaching it that way, so it ends up just being like pointless. You know what I mean? And I think to see.
Way?
Oh, well, I think that in my eyes, I know I've talked to Stash about this too. I want things to be like more organic, the way that projects like engage with like people and, you know, larger accounts like in our little corner of crypto. But I don't think that like that's the way the game is played. So I think it's really like me shooting myself in the foot for wanting people to approach that way when like no one else will, like, because that's just not how things go right now. So I think that a lot of the NFT space, and like if you want to see a change in our space, is meeting people where they are and then maybe showing them a different like way about going about things. And you kind of see this like fluctuating all the time with like the online meta of like, it'll be like good morning tweets, or then it'll be like polls where everyone's like putting the little red flag like devs don't sleep or some shit, you know what I mean? Like it's something new every week, and I think that it's all about just kind of like riding that ride and seeing what works. But yeah, I don't even know where this conversation started from. Oh yeah, what we learned through 2022. But I mean, on this same vein, this episode is going to be mainly about like 2022 as we wrap it up. So moving along, I wanted to ask, what was your biggest 2022 win and your biggest 2022 L? And this can be in NFTs or IRL or both.
Fuck, that makes it broad, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're all about the broad questions, baby.
Let me go first. Then my biggest W was like meeting so many people that I then can kind of take to the next period of my life where I'm kind of building elsewhere. So in a way, it was a bit of a transition period to what I'm doing now, which I'm building in Cardano. No, I'm building outside of Cardano, but building for Cardano. So it's kind of like that. That's the biggest W. Like I feel like every episode it's just me sucking off the guests' cock, but like you legit gave me my first big opportunity, and then like from
me
that
too
I was able to
Hey,
branch.
it's the boys.
Stash is basically our
branch
dad.
out. He's basically he's old enough to be our dad.
That's right, kids.
A little jab. Mitch, what was your biggest 2022 L?
Dude, we don't take L's over here.
Was
We
it
don't
buying
take
Aping
L's.
Riot
W's
community on
only.
secondary?
Well, maybe that. Maybe
I still feel bad because I feel like
Lucky
me.
Lions at the high. Maybe 5
Oh, that's
lucky
right.
lions at the high.
Top signal Mitch.
Yeah.
Back at it
Y'all wonder why I don't buy NFTs anymore. It's because I
Please
took
don't buy
L
that.
after L after.
Hey, but eventually one of those will be a W.
Dude, I mean, my Kong's doing good.
I mean, just depend. I mean, Ada's so cheap; it's probably about the same if we're being honest.
It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, that's true. Stash, what about you, buddy?
Biggest W. Well, I could say the learning process and all that, but that's not exactly. I wouldn't count that as W. That's the journey itself. Biggest W I think would be like professionally in my career. Some good things have happened along the way, so that's cool. Biggest L.
Yippee.
Yeah, my biggest L would be. Well, biggest L would be putting myself up front and doing my job as a community manager for Fresh Mutants.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be my
yeah.
biggest L. Yeah.
See,
Dude, I got
was-
told the other day. Well, I got called out in one of the in the TGT Alpha server, and someone that we all know was like, "Oh, I think this guy is a serial rugger." And after the conversation, after a long conversation, and I was like sharing my conversations with some of the founders, and after a long conversation, he said, "Either you're the best community manager in the CNFT space, or you were involved." And I'm just like, well, I know I'm not involved, so thank you.
I'm the best.
That's a good fucking compliment, man.
Yeah, I was just like, what are you trying? Are you coming at me? You're trying to compliment me? What's going on here?
But
Those are the
Yeah,
days. Someone literally sent me a Fresh Mutant. Like, what I tweeted something about, like, I just got married. Like, here's my Addy. Like, send me a wedding gift. And someone sent me one, and I was like, bro, come on. Like, you knew what you were doing, and that's really fucked up. I was like,
that's
man,
really
fuck
funny.
you
I wonder who
guys.
sent that.
I think it was Roston. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
It's
I
like
do. I remember
RAUSTIN. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it
that's
was
so
him. He
funny.
sent it to me, and I was like,
He was
dude.
so happy he got the whitelist as well. I was just like, damn.
What a time, man. I feel like the first, like, 6 months of being in the CNFT space were just, like, such a fucking roller coaster for me. Like, that was just such a wild time. I remember, like, calling Stash on his way to work, like, dude, this shit is about to fucking implode.
Yeah.
Please help. Like, it was just such a weird fucking time to be around, but
No,
I don't
but
know.
It's crazy. Like, I said it then, and I'll say it again. Like, you will never be seasoned by fire quite as hard as being on the receiving end of a non-performing project. And man, does it teach you things. You know? Like, fuck does it teach you things.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
now we all have trust issues, and it's great.
That's
But-
right.
My girlfriend
That's-
thanks all of us in the CNFT community for my massive trust issues now.
But that's kind of good, and because it goes back to none of us know fucking anything about each other, so there's no reason you should trust anything anybody says, until they keep on working hard over and over and over and over and improve themselves. Like,
they-
like
Proving
Love-
themselves as trustworthy people and proving that they can work are two completely different things. Because when you work with someone, right, yeah, they might be able to do the things that they do. And I will maintain until today, if someone that we all know put his fucking back into it, he could execute in a heartbeat, right? It's not about the capability, it's also a character thing. When shit hits the fan, when the going gets tough, what do you do? Like, what do you do in that kind of a situation? And so, I mean, the prime way to go about these things. The thing is, we're in a frontier market, right? So, because of the lack of regulation and all that, a simple thing as an employment contract may or may not exist. When you agree to assist someone with something, you accept that contract by way of performance, and they accept the contract by way of your performance, right? And so, what happens if someone reneges on that contract? Nothing. Jack fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, and you know, we've come so far in terms of, oh, nowadays you've got, okay, with the Teddy Troop, not Teddy Troops, what's the name of that? Ted Nation and BIG, Block Investment Group, they've got these doxing services where they take actual identification documents, and if people rug, they send it to the authorities and all that. I'm not sure about the legality of such a thing, but as far as a deterrent goes, it probably works. But if you have the founders who were more conventionally doxxed back then, what does that mean? You know their name, you know their face. What are you gonna fucking do? Like
Yeah.
there still is no accountability. What are you gonna do? And
Yeah.
that is a harsh lesson to learn. That is something that I learned like face on, right? Because trust me, before things were out in the public, in the sense that look, there's no communication and all that. I was communicating. I was trying to for
Yeah.
months before that. And when I get thinking to how do I stir some action, and I think about the fact, I remind them, you know, you guys are doxxed. You have to think about that. I don't know who realized first, me or them, that it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a
as
good.
a space we evolve, and as participants in the space we evolve.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There's very like little you can really do, even if you do know like someone's face and name. So yeah, I agree.
I think it could change with how Block Investment Group and Ted Nation are doing things, because they've got actual identification documents. But then again, it's a matter of jurisdictions, right? Where do you file the report?
Right.
Does your jurisdiction cover it? If you filed a report
Yeah.
in America to someone who's in, like, I don't know, Uganda or something, how's that going to work? You think Interpol's going to get involved over pictures of monkeys?
Yeah, it's gonna be like an international, like Interpol's flying out. Like no, like there's not gonna be anything about that over some monkey
That is-
pictures.
That like kind of in a way reminds me of like body cams in the U.S. where like some police officers will love them, some are like super fucking super fucking against them, because yes, it does protect their rights, but it also kind of takes them away. So like yes, there will be NFT creators that are like, dude, we need to do this to build trust, but then there might be others that's like, no, what it's gonna do is it's gonna make it where no matter what happens, we get kind of fucked in the butt. But
Yeah.
but that's like something I would like to see also.
No.
I just
but
don't
it
think it's
doesn't,
as big a
because if you
deal
do
as
how.
things-
It's
no,
not
you
as
do
big.
things the proper way, right? Like
Yeah.
in terms of you establish a business entity. Businesses are doxed. You don't have businesses with unknown shareholders or founders. You don't. It's in the incorporation documents. Who owns this piece of shit? It's someone, right?
Yeah.
But if the business entity goes bust, it doesn't mean the founder gets fucked. Like, it doesn't. That's what you create
Right.
a business entity for. But the problem is with a lot of countries, especially like in the US or I don't know, India apparently, incorporation is an expensive affair, right? I brought this up off the bat before the first mint. I said I want this incorporated, and I got hit with it's going to cost like 50,000 USD or something, which I found out in the US apparently it's around there. It's like 40 grand or something. I
Yeah.
can register a company in my country for 1 ringgit. That is 25 cents.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So there are ways to do it. There's definitely ways to do it. And the thing is, once you incorporate, roles are very significantly laid out.
Yeah.
And I think incorporation is the way to go. It should be the way to go, because the reason people aren't doing it is because of the upfront cost, and because people have this misconception that if they create an entity and it goes bust, you're fucked. It's not. Businesses fail. But if you create an entity and you are actually doing what you're supposed to do, you go through your regular audits, people know how funds are spent, people know that you're a business trying to achieve a business objective. If it fails, the law is lenient on you. If you just take shit and scram, you fucked. And that's how it should be. That's how this is an industry. That's how it should be run. And then you have
Yeah.
the question of you talk about anonymity in crypto and shit like that. Okay, I get how that's contradictory, but the crypto industry and businesses within the crypto industry don't necessarily have to operate with the same anonymity.
Yeah.
Because you still have anonymous wallets and all that shit, right? It's,
Yeah, I think
people
that's
just
the-
want to know.
No,
people
you're
just
right.
wanna
Seth.
know
I
where
was
the
just going to
project
say.
funds are going. That's it. Sorry.
As always, fucking happens.
No, I was just gonna say that I think you're right. Like on that point, like wholeheartedly. I think a lot of people conflate like individual anonymity with like, you know, personal responsibility for like an entire group or organization, which is like totally different, right? Like I can work for a company and everyone knows who sits on the entire board and this and that, but no one really needs to know who I am. You know, I just work there, you know, but like there's a difference between like personal liability and like an organization's liability. So I think that's something we definitely need to acknowledge. And then to your point about like doxing in and of itself, I think we all like get on Twitter and bitch and moan about doxing and this and that and the best way to do it. But at the end of the day, there are a ton of people who really don't care. I mean, prime example, look at the Ape Society. Their floor is 10,000 ADA and no one has ever seen Congo's face ever. You know what I mean? Like no one.
No, that's because they're performing. That's because they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think it's just like purity politics out of the rest of us. You know, everyone's like, you should dox this way. Doxing is important because of this and because of that. But at the end of the day, if you perform and you put like your money where your mouth is and show people that you know how to run a business well and that you can provide like, you know, things that people are actually going to want, people are going to buy that regardless of like if they know what you look like or not. Like I just think I think we get trapped in like this little bubble of arguing about something that's really minuscule, and at the end of the day in a space that's so small like Cardano NFTs, it really shouldn't be like the priority or like the biggest, you know, thing that we sit here and argue back and forth about.
It's not, but the biggest the entire point of doxing is accountability, right? And you only seek accountability when shit goes up. So you don't see people demanding for a dox from projects that have consistently. Demosthenes from Malador, they just showed his face like a day ago or something. Man, that dude's handsome. But
everybody is.
Yeah,
Everybody in Cardano NFTs is handsome.
It doesn't matter because they're delivering. It only becomes a problem when people stop delivering. Then you want to know, shit, who has my money? But at that point, it's too late. That's why the standard of doxing should be put up. I mean, or rather not. I mean, it should be optional. But if you're actually going to dox, I think people should stop pretending that someone coming on and showing their face means anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Means if I see them at CNFTCon, I'm beating them up.
Yes, but if you like were a scumbag, why the fuck would you go to CNFTCon?
Dude,
yeah,
there were a couple there. I'm just gonna.
I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go to the con with Mitch.
That fettuccine guy. In the next year, we are doing a one-on-one boxing matches where I beat up all your favorite Cardano influencers: Cash, Fettuccine, Jub, fucking D-Clay. Who the fuck is D-Clay? Who is D-Clay? Fucking Roy. Who's Roy? Next year, going hard, going live at CNFTCon, going raw.
Going raw.
WWE.
We're bringing boxing gloves. We talked about this with Cash. We're bringing boxing gloves and like taping off a big square in the middle of the con, like whatever you call it, the big room. What do you call that shit? The fucking center. I don't know. Convention center. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word.
Bozo?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. But anyways, yeah, we're hosting boxing matches. It's 100 ADA buy-in. Everyone can bet on it. So we'll see you guys there.
But you better bet on me, or else I'm coming after your bitch ass.
And I'm gonna have to bet using my laptop because I refuse to use like the Eternal mobile shit because that shit hurts my head and I can't figure it out. So I'm not using it. So I'm bringing the laptop. Just letting everyone know. Anyways, all right. So moving along here, continuing on our trend. I think we kind of discussed like what we want to see more of out of the community going into the new year. Stash, do you have like any more things you want to like put on the top? Like what do you want to see more in 2023 from like the community as a whole?
Nothing. I mean,
I think it's all growing pains. You know, everyone's like complaint about this and that. It's all growing pains about being a small community trying to find like what works best. So I kind of fall in agreement. I think like everything, all the kinks will work out naturally.
Yeah, no, I just don't think there's a direction that I want it to go because I don't know. I mean, nobody knows the space. Nobody knows where it's headed. And that journey itself of seeing what what gets people excited, what gets people going. That is the discovery process of the industry that's forming. So, I have no idea. I want to sit back and watch what happens. If people want to mint out Clay Ape Society, fucking go for it, man. I'll sit on the sides. Like,
or if people wanna, mint projects that say they're doing no Discord, we'll see how that works. I mean, it's 0 for 2 right now, but we'll see what happens.
How that works.
We'll see what happens. I still have my damn Fluffy, that piece of shit.
I've got Beat Boys. I've got one Beat Boy.
I'll tell you what we need. We need more good morning tweets. We need more just bought 15 ADA. Which rug we buying?
And I mean, at this rate, 15 ADA, that's going to be like 10 cent. At some point.
We need a more engagement farming, because that shit makes me press like and follow so fucking hard. Oh my god. So I'm not sure if y'all could tell, but that's sarcastic, and
yeah, you got it.
And I kind of agree with Stash that we are kind of at a point where people have been building communities for 2 years, so kind of like Big T was saying, it's become more organic in the way that we've learned the do's and don'ts. And I mean, we're gonna keep on learning the do's and don'ts, but more
Agreed.
fucking podcasts, more Degen report, yeah, baby.
Yeah. And definitely more Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
pretty sure that is the meta. Like, as long as Twitter doesn't fuck up, Twitter Spaces are it's what people are doing now.
Twitter Spaces are awesome, but half the time I can't join them because Twitter doesn't work. So, anyways.
But then don't they suck?
No, it's not half the time.
Twitter
It's just
sucks.
sometimes.
Spaces are good.
Spaces are good. Yes, Twitter does suck. It's a terrible app, but
Twitter
Spaces are fun.
This is why people should follow me over on twitch.tv/Stutterboys cnft, because that shit never fucking breaks. That shit never breaks.
Dude, Mitch, your internet was out for a week like a month ago.
Bro, that was my drivers like fucking pegging me in the butt though. Like nothing more than that. I upgraded my drivers and now I've got good internet. Crazy.
There we go. There we go. You heard it here first. Mitch, you want to take us into our next one?
No, I'm good. Okay. What is the craziest New Year's Eve story ever?
It's got a lot of drugs in it.
Good.
Listen, I'll do mine first. I'll do mine first. When I was 18, I moved out of my house and lived with my oldest brother and one of our friends. We had like a little townhouse. And that year for New Year's Eve, we had like a bunch of friends over. So I invited my oldest brother, he is 6 years older than me. So he had like him and our friend, they had all their friends over, and then they were gonna go out like downtown, during the to the clubs and stuff for New Year's Eve. And I was just gonna stay. I mean, because I'm 18, so I can't drink in public. So I was just gonna stay at the house and drink with all of my friends that I invited over. But I ended up getting because I'm 18 and I don't know what to do with my life. I ended up getting completely obliterated drunk, and it was 9 p.m. right? So people were just showing up to the house, and I was already fucking wasted. And I was like, well, this is not gonna end well. And I just remember the two things I remember from that night. One is my brother hid my bottle of vodka from me in the dryer, the washing machine, where you wash your clothes. He put it in the dryer because I kept trying to find it, and I was too drunk, so he hid it from me. And then two, I remember finding a bottle of water on the counter and thinking holy shit, dude, I need some water ASAP. I'm gonna fall over. And I opened it up, took a huge gulp, and someone had brought that with them in an Uber, and it was just fucking vodka in there. So I just I took the biggest sip thinking it was water. So what do? Like a good person, I spit it all back in there, put the cap on, and put it back on the counter. Don't know who ended up drinking it that night, but we shared some germs because I almost fucking threw up with that one. And then I just remember waking up that night in the middle of the night on my floor in my bedroom with my head halfway under the bed, So that was probably like the roughest night I've ever had for New Year's Eve. That was a really hard time for your boy.
Tyler, isn't that is just a normal like Tuesday afternoon for you?
Yes,
though?
but now I'm an adult, so I expect it. But at 18, it was a little bit different. Mitch literally called me yesterday. I talked to Mitch yesterday on the phone. He was like, "How was your Christmas? Did you get drunk?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "Wow, proud of you." I was like, "Thanks, Mitch. I hate you."
Proud of you, son.
Mitch, do you have any crazy New Year's Eve stories?
No, dude. My New Year's are pretty fucking tame, like super fucking tame.
Oh yeah, this year I'm not
Like,
leaving the
that's-
house. I'm sitting at home and drinking wine and watching TV.
No, you are sitting at home drinking wine and watching my Twitch stream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a family
Yeah.
activity. Bet the
Dude,
wife will love that.
Hey, she seems to like me.
She does,
more
which
than
is
I
really unfortunate. She always says how Mitch is funny, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
funny, hot, sexy. How he's got a big dick.
I don't know if that was in the conversation.
but something I do remember. This is more sad, but this was back in high school. My girlfriend at the time didn't want to kiss me at midnight. So this is something I remember that terrorizes me even now. And like me as a guy, I've never had a New Year's kiss that's like not with the homies, right? This
Not with the homies. That's the only way to bring in the
sounds-
new year, bro. Smooch your homies.
Yeah.
Smooch the homies.
You know where me and Stash
That's
stand
a
on this,
joke.
bro. You always gotta smooch the homies.
Always gotta
Y'all,
smooch the homies.
y'all say that, but during New Year's, y'all better come over because I'm gonna be lonely. So I'm gonna need it.
And Mitch, I'm gonna need a New Year's Eve stream with the Four Loko and the wine glass again. If that's what we're doing, if that's what we're doing, I'm tuning in and I'm retweeting the not the space, the fucking stream. I'm doing all that.
This is the fucking issue. Is because everything's on Twitter. Everything's on Twitter space to Tyler.
Hey man, I'm out here just doing my job.
But
Out here just vibing.
Stashy boy,
Yeah.
what is your best New Year's Eve story?
My best ones, I think the best ones were when I was a kid, like when it was still really exciting being around your like whole family, cousins and shit. But
Yeah.
the craziest one was when I was in uni, in Melbourne. We had this party and my friends made these like fried balls. They're like bread balls, and in the bread they have these hunks of butter, right? So there were two types of butter. They had canna butter, and they had butter they made with magic mushrooms, and it was a roulette basically. They had these balls, you bite into it, butter comes out into your mouth, and the butter is just filled with a type of drug. It's either weed or mushrooms. So I had a couple, and I think I hit only the mushroom one, so I was fucking off it. Like, it was funny because some of our friends were just like vibing, chilling on the couch, and some of them were just like off it. And yeah, don't remember too much of that. I remember at one point in the night I was in this big bed because we rented an Airbnb, and I was in the middle. I'm not that big a guy. I was in the middle, and this guy comes in, a friend of mine. He's this huge, like 6.5-footed dude. He came and went on the inner end of the bed, and he's talking about how his girlfriend broke up with him, and I was just like, fuck, I'm too high for this shit, but okay, I'll listen because it's comforting to have someone in there with my like nightmares. And
Yeah.
this guy starts talking about this girl who broke up with him, and this other guy walks in, one of our friends, and that's the guy his girl left him for. And so
Oh,
they sit on the
fuck.
bed and they have like a deep and meaningful conversation over my drugged out corpse, and I'm just sitting there and they're just having this conversation. I'm
That's
tripping
so
balls.
That's
Yeah,
so
and that was-
fucked.
that was
The
the New
walls
Year.
are like melting around Stash, and he's trying to be like, "Yeah, guys,
And I'm
yeah,
just
yeah."
listening to these guys sort out their like girl issues, and it was the most mature conversation I've ever heard. and they were just at the end of it. They were just like, "Oh, we're all friends again." I'm sitting there like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's so fucked. That's so funny though.
It was a pretty good time.
Dope. Okay, moving along. Let's not continue. I'm gonna switch up the pace so we can get off the new year, new me type vibes. You know what I mean? So now we are gonna jump into. Actually, this tweet was something I saw, or not this tweet. This topic was something I saw mentioned by Big Kahuna on Twitter a couple of like a week or so ago. And I thought it was hilarious. So I wanted to ask both of you. It said, what was the last time you had to run full speed as an adult? And like I was reading the comments and everyone was like dying laughing. They were like, bro, like I can't even remember the last time I literally got on my feet and fully like put my heart and soul into running somewhere. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, bro, I don't know the last time I for real like ran like as fast as I fucking could.
The way I live my life is to do anything other than
Right.
Exactly.
So what? Run, do physical activity, because it's kind of like learning to play the guitar, where the first couple months are gonna be miserable, because you're like. With the guitar, same thing with jogging or running. Is you run a single time, your legs fucking itch, your fucking ass becomes pain. You go from having a big juicy ass to having a big painful ass. I bet Big T knows how that is. But my life, there's a reason why we have cars. There's a reason why we have like fast food restaurants, and it's because we like to do things as fast as possible. Running doesn't award that at all. So maybe my last time I ever ran was when I was late to a college course. Dude, did I fucking Naruto?
That was literally my answer. That was literally my answer. I was almost late to one of my finals in college, and I was hauling ass running because my fucking bus was late for like the campus bus. It was supposed to take me from one side to the other, and it was fucking late. So, dude, I was sprinting. And then it's never fun because then you get in class and you're like the last one, so everyone's looking at you, and you're like, and you just look like an idiot. So. But that was probably the last time I can remember, like, running full speed. Like Naruto running.
Naruto running.
Stash, you seem like a fast man.
Actually, I was thinking about it, and the last time I ran full speed was, like, I think 3 weeks ago. I was at my girlfriend's place, and, so she's got the front door and the gate. The gate is like an automatic gate, right? So I didn't have the remote for it, so I had to open the gate from inside the house and then press close and bolt out the gate before the gate actually shut. And I continuously failed. Like, I think I did it about 6 or 7 times before I decided to jump the gate. It was the stupidest fucking thing. I kept pressing the button and bolting, and I was just shot every single time.
That's one of those things, like, after you've done it twice, you're, like, determined, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm gonna fucking do this.
After 6, I was like, fuck this, I'm done. Like, it's embarrassing, if anything. The neighbors, like, looking at me and shit, and like, what's this clown doing?
That's actually hilarious.
That is the type of shit where no matter how many times I do it, I never tell anybody ever again. So, Good on you for being a bigger man than
I'm an honest guy.
I'm just like not fast. Like in high school I ran cross country, but like that's more like you're running like 5Ks, like 8Ks. That's more like distance running. I'm not like good at just like full sprinting like up somewhere. Like I just can't run that fast.
I am very, very lanky. Got long arms. Got long legs.
You look
got
so you could run on all fours, really. If like you could like gallop almost on all fours,
all
that'd
fives.
be fucking. That'd be
all fives.
Huh?
All fives, man.
Yeah, well, I was
No,
literally
fifth
watching.
one's like a stabilizer, like a rudder, so you don't.
Yeah.
See, but then whenever I gain a single altitude, I only need my middle leg, and I just go flying.
You're insane. No, I just think that I don't know. I feel like being an adult, like Mitch said, there's so many other things that I have in my life that will get me to where I'm going besides fully sprinting. Like I'm just not running
fuck
anywhere
running.
really. I would rather just be late, to be honest. Like if I'm trying to like get into my building at work and I got like a meeting I'm late for, I'm just walking, bro. Like I'm already late. I don't give a fuck. I'm not running.
Wow, he's a badass. Damn.
That's how I was in school too. Like in school,
Yeah,
like
same.
to me, like if you're late to something, being late like 1 minute or being late 10 minutes, you're still late, right? So to me, I always like if I'm already late, bro, I'm taking my time because like at this rate, bro, I'm already late. That's why when if I was late going to school, I would just like go stop at McDonald's and get some breakfast on the way because bro, I'm already late. Might as well enjoy it.
Have I ever told the Degen report about how I skipped fucking like 3 weeks of a college course?
No.
Well, I ended up doing that to social work because I went in and I read the silly bus, and it said
Not the syllabus, the silly bus.
the silly bus, and it said that you can miss like this day, 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 and be fine. But that is just like my manipulative mind being like, so these next 3 weeks I just don't need to go, and that makes sense for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up like not going to a social work course for like maybe a month because it was just fucking depressing. It's like these kids need home. These kids don't get homes. Dude, it's that type of shit where I mean what they're doing's good, but it's either that or it's these old people that you are taking care of. They're gonna die. Yeah, we love social work.
Yeah, that's a tough job, man.
Yeah, that's a tough job,
So
and you don't get paid like barely anything.
But you could go to college for it for some reason. It's a little what?
Bro, college,
But,
bro. I had to take, bro.
Hey,
college.
hey,
I don't.
Nope. Shut up. So with that, like I ended up going, like not going for a solid month. Then I went in a single time, and the teacher's like, dude, what the fuck, man? like I get you are the single person that's not a social work major, but like, can you come to class? And I'm like, sure. I ended up getting out of it with like maybe a 85. So it's a like,
Nice.
which
So you didn't have to go to
should
class anyway.
which shouldn't be a thing where you miss like 20 classes doing it. But
Well, I always
anyways,
liked my professors in college that were like never took like attendance for class. Like I had a couple professors that were like, dude, especially like in the U.S., like college is fucking expensive as shit. And they were like, dude, you pay like $1,500 just to be in this one course. Like if you don't want to show up, like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care. Like that'll affect you and like your grade. If it might not, but you can show up if you want to. If not, see ya. And I was like, bro, that's awesome. That's fucking moves. So
there was another college course where my roommate at the time, he'd go one day. Next class I'd go. Next class he'd go.
Hey, that's the
Next
system.
Class I'd go. Then
You want the same person.
I know, but he's saying they're
then-
taking the notes from that day and then they would like just give them to each other.
Alright.
So you'd only have to go one day a week.
Then we'd mark each other's name down on the attendance sheet. And keep in mind, this was a rock history course. Maybe
Geology?
you're thinking like geology.
Yeah.
No, rock music history course. So it's like,
Dude, I'm telling you
we're
that-
learning about the Beatles. We're learning about Elvis, the Beach Boys, and it's like,
Dude, I'm telling you,
So
the gen ed, the general education classes that you have to take as part of your major, like for the first 2 years of like your 4-year degree, are so fucking dumb. Like I literally was forced to take intro to film. Like so, for my class, I would have to watch movies, and then we would go, and the professor would be like,
We
"So
had
what
that.
you see the shadowing on the wall behind this character? What do you think that is like? What's that giving you the feeling of?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. The room's dark. I don't know. Why am I doing this? Why am I in this class? Why do I have to pay for this and be in here?" And like we had a class project where we had to bring a prompt and like shine a light to cast a shadow on the floor, and like we were in like small groups and this dude was like supposed to bring the prompt, and I was like, "What did you bring?" He brought a stuffed, like a little small stuffed animal, and it was fucking Shrek. And I was like, "Dude, what the fuck, why am I in this class? Like why am I shining a flashlight on Shrek and like commentating on it? Like this is so fucking stupid."
This is Shrek. He lives in a
This is
swamp.
Oh
But-
Jesus,
But
I didn't mean to start
for
that.
some reason, somebody else lives in a swamp too. He's after Shrek.
Yeah, it was
Not
just
Gonna
dumb.
Shrek.
Gen ed
Go on.
classes are just not the move.
Yeah. No.
But anyways, moving along from gen ed classes in rock history, what is your biggest criticism of yourself, and will you change that in the new year?
I want to say yes. I mean, something that I'd like to really step up on is managing my time better. I think I could do that a lot better. And
Mhm.
I, after a couple of commitments to spend time here and there, you find that there's really not much time in the day. And I think that can be fixed. I really want to do that because there's so much more shit I want to do. Feel like
Yeah.
at the moment being involved in one full-time job, you got to spend time with your family, you got to do some shit here and there, and it's all just gone. Like it's 12:15 right now,
Yeah.
that's about it. I don't generally. I think I go pretty easy on myself for in a lot of cases because I was a lot harder on myself growing up, and I think there were a lot of lessons that were already learned. So now, sort of taking a bit of a step back.
Good man.
Good.
Mine's very, very similar to that, where like my time management is non-existent. where I'll end up going to bed at like
He do be spitting.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. then I'll wake up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon a.m. That's
Noon a.m.,
not a
noon
thing,
p.m.
but we are making noon p.m. a thing. Noon p.m. and noon a.m. But like with that, it's because I don't have any structure to my life at all. So it's me clinging to doing my best to make a structure where there is none. But there's like more things I need to do, and it gets harder and harder doing these type of internet jobs where it's like, how can I make the upgrade to my content to be better and better and better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like you must consume to create,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
but if you consume more than you create, then you're a fucking loser, idiot. That's too busy
You're a loser.
watching TikTok.
Hey, bro, don't call me out like that. God damn.
Bro, I'm gonna call you out, man.
Bro, TikTok has melted. Jesus, I can't even talk.
Going through
TikTok
puberty.
has melted my brain over the past 2 years, bro. Like I'm convinced there's something about the way they structure their algorithm, and it is fucking addictive as like I don't even know. My friend, he just
Yeah, it
got
is.
TikTok like a week ago, and he was like, "Dude, I spend hours on this shit every day, like, and I don't even know how." He's like, "I'll just watch one video, and it'll be an hour later, and I'll be like, what the fuck?" I'm telling you, bro, TikTok is a fucking hellscape.
Time hole. And I always like told myself, dude, you don't need TikTok. You can just watch everything on YouTube Shorts. or over on Instagram.
And that's what
Shorts.
always
But-
makes me mad, bro. People be like, bro, TikTok is lame as fuck, but they be sending me like Instagram shorts on Instagram. Like, bro, you watch TikToks. They're just on Instagram shorts. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I don't know. I think my like biggest criticism of myself is like the complete opposite of y'all's, where mine is like I always, my whole life, I've always like thrived under like a very like rigorous structure of like my day. And if it's like not like if something's not exactly like planned out the way I want it to be, it gives me like anxiety. Like if I have to do something that I didn't plan for, I like fucking hate it. So like every day, like I always wake up at the same time, go to work, do the same shit at work, get off work, like cook the same shit for lunch every day. Like to me, like that's how I thrive. But it's like also like it's also very like monotonous and very like boring when I sit like lay in bed and think about it. I'm like, bro, I've done the same thing every day this week. Like literally, I eat the same lunch. I do the same thing every morning. I drink a coffee and then I drink a water and then I do this, and it's like always the same thing. So I think in 2023, I want to be more like open to just like going with the flow rather than like being stressed about not scheduling my life to like the fucking T of every single day.
Get a face tattoo will change your life.
Like you said, you and I are the complete opposite there, because I love that there's not a planned thing. Like this morning, I woke up at 8:55 from Tyler calling me and being like, "Yo."
He sent me the voicemail first. I called, it rang once, and he sent me the voicemail, so I called again. I was like, "Listen, bitch, we're waking up."
Listen, bitch. See, but I kind of enjoy that about my life, where like you don't need to wake up at 8 a.m. every day, have a coffee, have a water, then make a sandwich for lunch, do things like that. But there needs to be a middle ground, and like that's something I'm slowly building.
Yeah, trying to get there. Yeah, even in like high school or like middle school, I would always like, even if I stayed up until like playing video games until like 2:00 in the morning, I always like had school at the exact same time the next day. You know what I mean? So it was always like, even if I did like go wild and like not follow like a strict routine, there was always something to like pull me back into that the next day, which is something that like I've always just enjoyed. That's why I'm corporate America's biggest shill. 9-to-5 job. Let's go, baby.
Those are the days I kind of miss, because now if I go to bed at 2 a.m., I wake up at 10 a.m. at the earliest.
Dude,
so
I'm
it's like, how do I go to bed at 2 a.m., wake up at 7 a.m., be fine?
Little did we know the best days of our lives were going to be playing, Call of Duty, drinking energy drinks, and eating chicken nuggets at 2 a.m. Little did we know. Now life's hard.
I mean, these are honestly the best days of my life, because I figured shit out, and now I can build up on that. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. But listen, the structured routine life, it'll change you. It'll make you feel better about your day. Maybe.
Which is like what I'm going for, but
I can start calling you every morning. Being like, "Good morning."
Listen, Mitch, we're waking up.
Yeah, listen, Mitch, it's time to get the day started. Let's get that G Fuel in the cup. Let's get rolling.
Let's get that cocaine flowing.
All right.
Set up multiple lines, and let's get going. Let's fucking go.
Here at the Degen Report, we do not condone doing any illicit drugs. NFA.
Except for coffee.
Not financial advice.
Fuel.
Bro, caffeine, like, literally is probably, like, the worst thing in the world. Like, I've quit, like, I've vaped for, like, 6 years. I've quit doing that. Like, I've quit a lot of things. But there's, like, caffeine. If I go, like, 12 hours without having caffeine, like, I will have the most excruciating headache, feel like I'm fucking dying. Like, caffeine is, like, the worst drug in the world. And I will stand by that. But it's something I'll never give up. Because, like, I just can't.
Coffee, like, barely gets me going. Like, you guys see me now after a cup, and I'm like, hello. This is the stutter hour. But
apparently, caffeine doesn't affect you if you've got ADHD.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I was just reading an article, like today, I think. And they were like, 4 signs you've got ADHD. And I'm just sitting there like, shit.
Are you getting gaslit into thinking you've got ADHD?
It's self-diagnosed.
Have I
Yeah,
ever
no,
talked-
the article was just like scary accurate. I was just like,
but it's a BuzzFeed fucking article.
right.
where it's
That's
like,
the thing. It seems very.
how can we gaslight everybody into thinking they've got mental illnesses, and it's like, sheesh. But have I ever talked about how I got gaslit into thinking I had dyslexia?
No, wait, that's like an actual thing where like you for real like you look at a paper and the shit's different, bro. Like
Yeah,
how do you
exactly.
think? How do you get gaslit into thinking you have dyslexia?
My freaking reading teachers back in like second to third grade, and because I didn't care about reading, like I never got super good.
Can you read now?
Like, no.
Okay.
Because of that, like I was put in these like reading classes, these like dyslexia classes, where like my reading was like fine, and maybe just a bit slower. Maybe that's because of the way I talked, dude. I don't fucking know.
So the teacher fudded Mitch into dyslexia.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. She fudded Mitch, and then Mitch got put in. Was it like? Were you like the best one in the struggle reading class? Like you got put in the group with everyone that actually had dyslexia. So were you actually like the best?
Yes, but you'd think like maybe he's in these classes for like maybe a month, 2 months. No, bitch, like 5 years. Like 5 fucking years. They're like so this is how your brain works differently than everybody else's brain. You are different, but that is okay because you learn differently, and that's okay too.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm different. That's good. I see letters backwards, even though my brain's like, you fucking dumb bitch. You are falling for a pyramid scheme, and now your parents will pay another certain amount of money. So it wasn't until like I dropped out of college where I'm like, hold on a second.
Wait,
Maybe
that's way more. That's way more than 5 years.
You see it. So I ended up taking the dyslexia courses for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
But then I didn't take them, and I'm like, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not dyslexic, and turns
Mitch
out I'm not.
Mitch is in middle school just spelling like dog and cat, and he's like getting all A's on his fucking tests.
Turns out I'm not. Tigby.
Dude, that's so funny. I don't know. That is probably the funniest thing I've ever heard is that you got gaslit into thinking you were dyslexic.
Damn those teachers, man.
Maybe it's because you should have focused on your reading and not trying to rob your classmates and the fucking cowboys and bankers and thing you had at your school.
Dude, I needed to right those fucking wrongs, man. Those people needed to
They
be
had it coming.
robbed of all their hoppers and poppers.
They're hoppers and poppers. The little fucking plastic half a bouncy ball looking thing. Dude, those things were the best. No, I don't know about that.
But let's kind of move to the next one. Would you rather be a girl that laughs at everything or laughs at nothing?
Be with a girl, not be a girl.
Oh.
I mean, dude, are you dyslexic?
I'd rather be a girl.
You might be dyslexic.
Dude, am I being gaslit again? Shit, maybe.
Back to the remedial classes with you.
Maybe I am. Shit. Maybe.
Shit.
Dude, to be honest, I kind of get off on the fact of knowing that people are entertained by me. So
same.
when I talk about how I got gaslit and Big T's like, dude, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. My mental boner is so hard right now because you said that. So it's things like that where to have somebody that laughs at all the fucking dumb shit I say, that'd be sick.
No, but it's not just it's not just the dumb shit. So like it's literally everything. Everything you say, they laugh, or they never laugh at anything. So I'm picking the latter, right? Because I'm all like the type of person I am. I'm like very like I'm not like awkward in public settings, but I definitely don't want people to like unnecessarily like look at me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like unnecessary attention. Like listen, so like if we go to the bar and I'm sitting next to a person I don't know, like I'll shoot the shit with them and like I don't care. Like I'm outgoing enough to like talk to people, but I don't want to like be in a restaurant and knock my glass over off the table and it breaks and everyone fucking looks at me. I do not like that at all. So I think if like I was thinking like if I'm with a girl that laughs at everything, like I'm gonna be in a restaurant and the waiter's gonna come up and be like, "Would you like ketchup?" And they're gonna be like, "Ha ha ha," and fucking start laughing, dude. And I cannot do that shit. So I would rather be with like someone with a stone cold fucking face all the time.
This to me like is just kind of talks to the type of girls you would like. So you usually the girls that like laugh at everything. They're very dainty, very cute, very like haha yay, life is good. But you are more so into those dommy mommies that are kind of more so like after this I'm putting on my high heels and walking all over you.
Jesus
and this
Christ.
time I'm being serious. That to me kind of talks about the girls you're into.
Mommy.
Out of a hypothetical question, that's where you got.
Yeah, no, but there's a ton of truth that you can take from these hypothetical questions. Where would you say your wife is more so at that like more serious type, or like cracking jokes every 30 seconds, laughing at anything? Or
I think like she cracks jokes and laughs more than she doesn't. I think that like in a like out like a setting like I said, like a restaurant or a bar, like no one's like neither of us are gonna be like obnoxiously like laughing really loud or like acting a fucking ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
Like I just don't know. Like I don't know. I feel like there's so many situations where that could be really uncomfortable, just laughing at everything. What if I'm like I take this like literally, like you literally laugh at everything or you laugh at nothing. So what if I'm like, holy shit, I just burnt the fuck out of my hand on the oven, and they're like, haha, like that's funny. Like, oh, dude, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because I just burnt my hand.
To me, this question's more like any joke you say. She's like, dude, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like a big T has just said, like, dude, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. But it's fucking every.
Dude, I got your ego like up to here right now.
I say, bro, like I said, my mental boner is about to explode.
Let's hear from Stash.
No, well, I'm sort of with Mitch. Like, I agree, laughing at anything will be annoying, but I'm funny as fuck, dude. If I'm with someone who doesn't laugh, I can't deal with it. I just can't.
So we kind of described Big T's girl. Where would your girlfriend sit, kind of along these lines?
She's pretty goofy. Like, you know,
yeah.
we sort of she laughs at my shit, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally, I mean, I'd say she wouldn't be on the serious spectrum of things. You know what I mean? Like, so. Yeah, we're both pretty easygoing when it comes to a lot of shit, but when it comes to work, generally, that's probably the only place we focus our organizational skills into, or like, you know, the seriousness. Everything else is pretty goofy.
Literally everything I do is very goofy.
But that's good. That's like your personality, and you know, like, we are who we are. Not every like that's exactly the demonstration, right? We get along with T really well, but T's a bit more reserved, and we're a bit more just out there. It's just
Y'all make me feel like I'm the fucking party pooper over here, dude. Like I'm just no fun.
Man.
No,
I mean that's fair.
You're just the fucking old man, like tying us
Get
to
off
the
my lawn.
railroad tracks.
Well, that went two separate different ways, tying you to a railroad track.
Everybody needs the old senile old man that
Thank you.
gets them to the garden. Yeah.
What are you even talking? Are you dyslexic? What pins you to the garden? What does that even mean?
See, I was gonna say something, and I'm like, that's kind of sacrilegious. So maybe.
Good thing I'm not religious.
See, it's a podcast, man. Sometimes you might say shit, and it's like, should I say that? But then you do the quick mix up, and it's like, oh, he's just fucking weird. Yeah,
he's just fucking weird.
Well, let's move to the next one. What is the most overrated food and most underrated food?
Okay.
Most underrated, I'm going with fucking French fries. I feel like French fries, like, they're just real basic and everyone will just eat them if they will. Bro, but French fries are so fucking good. And I just don't think they get enough, like, hype like they should. You know what I mean?
Kind of agree, because you can do so much to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could put like cheese on them. You know what I mean? You can, a little bit of and if you're here in the South in the U.S., a little chili and cheese on them. Let me tell you about that with some jalapenos on there. Come on, baby.
You can drown them in ranch.
You could, and that's probably where I'm going with this. Is that fries are the best vehicle to transport ranch from the dipping cup into my face. So I'm going with fries as most underrated. And then most overrated, bro, I'm going with steak. Steak is not that good.
I was going to say steak.
Steak is low-key ass, bro. And people, like, I'll eat steak if I have to, but, like, bro, I would much rather eat a burger over a steak, and I'll do that any day of the week, bro.
Dude, I thought I was going to get slammed for saying steak was the most overrated.
Steak is not good.
I agree with you.
It's
steak's okay.
It's okay. It's like mid, you know what I mean? It's a good mid-tier, but, like, I'm not paying $50 for a big, like, ribeye steak that, like, I'd rather pay $20 for a burger and just be just as happy.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking steak. Dude, and everyone I know, like, in my family, they're always like, oh, Tyler's weird. Like, he doesn't eat fucking steak like everybody else. Like, dude,
wait, you don't eat it?
Like, I will eat it. Like, so for Christmas, like, I was over at my parents' house for Christmas. All my, like, siblings and their kids were there. Like, everybody was there. And my stepdad made, like, steaks. And what do we have? Steaks and, like, baked potatoes and, like, some other shit. And, like, greens, whatever. So, like, I ate steaks because they were grilling steaks. So, like, I ate a steak, right? I'm not going to be like, hey, can you cook me something else instead of steaks? Like, he already bought them and he was cooking them for everyone. I'm not going to make them. I'm not making them cook. But
cook me burger, daddy.
But it's just like people be like, bro, like, I'm trying to go get steaks. Like, why? Like, they're not that good.
Yeah, I agree.
The way I eat mine's like so fucking weird. It's so like that's a favorite meal of mine, but that's because I like treat it more like a burger where you can add fucking anything on top of it.
So like and ketchup, basically.
No, you
and ranch.
It in ranch.
Ranch.
No, you bake a sweet potato, put it on top, then with some blue cheese, and that's like my favorite meal ever.
Blue cheese is also really fucking bad, dude.
Suck my fucking balls, man.
Dude, I was
suck my mental boner.
Like, I was at a TGI Fridays 2 days ago or something like that, and they had this blue cheese sauce, and the fucking sauce wasn't blended right, I guess, and
it was lumpy.
Fucking chunk of blue cheese.
That's how blue cheese is, bro. Blue cheese is lumpy.
Baby.
No good.
That's what I'm here for, man. That's
Stash. So we agree on the steak. So what do you think is the most underrated food?
I like where you went with fries, but I think fries are kind of rated. Like, I mean, I fucking love fries, but I think people love fries.
Yeah.
I'll go with something non-conventional. I think grilled Brussels sprouts are top notch.
Bro, that's a fact. Me and Stash are kind of on the same wave because, bro, Brussels sprouts are low-key like a top, like, 2 vegetable. Like, Brussels sprouts are so fucking good. But you have to cook them right. Like, if you make them in, like, some weird way, bro, they're ass.
Yeah, exactly. Brussels sprouts, man, underrated as fuck.
That's facts. They do make your house stink like shit though. So if you grilling them up on the stove, bro, they're gonna be smelling.
There's so many ways to like fuck it up though.
Yeah.
I don't think so,
Like I feel,
bro. Do y'all have an air fryer? I'm telling you right now, the best way to make Brussels sprouts, put some olive oil, toss them in some olive oil with like salt and pepper or whatever you want to put on them. Air fryer at like 375, like 12 to 15 minutes, bro. I'm telling you, the outside is crunchy as fuck. The inside is nice. Fucking nice.
Y'all are fucking weird saying, guys, I hate steak,
We like vegetables.
but
and
I
we
love
hate
Brussels
steak.
I love Brussels sprouts and French fries.
Fuck, this is the softest podcast ever. It's just a bunch of dudes like, I don't even like steak.
These next 2 hours, we're just gonna be talking about Brussels sprouts. So take a seat. It's gonna get fucking lit.
Mitch,
No.
what's your food take? Let me hear underrated and overrated.
So I don't like corn and don't like peas.
But it's cold.
And
It's corn.
exactly, which is that kid's a fucking moron. Because corn's got no fucking taste. Corn's got no fucking taste.
He's a kid. That's not true. Have you ever had like Mexican street corn?
Corn tastes like corn though, yeah.
Corn's
Tastes like something.
corn's a base. Like it's got no flavor. It's got
No, it
pop.
does have flavor, bro. Because you can't compare it like a base like you would like rice, bro. Like rice is a base, bro. Because unless
Yeah,
you put like
rice
salt,
is
Corn's-
flavor.
Corn's a fucking base where you put salt and pepper on corn and it's got flavor. You put salt and pepper on rice, it's got flavor.
you're telling me if you eat a spoonful of rice and a spoonful of corn with nothing on either of them, they both taste like nothing.
Yes.
No.
Peas.
I think
Maybe
I think
the
your
peas
taste.
are the
I think your.
same.
I think your taste buds are dyslexic. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god, I'm being gaslit again. He's getting in my head. Oh god.
Yeah, that just makes no
No,
sense to me.
no. Corn sucks, and that kid's kind of a bozo.
It's corn.
And I don't know why that clip like blew up.
It's the internet.
Because corn's bad. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
what's
true.
underrated?
Y'all be knowing. Yeah, I said hard on blue cheese, like hard,
Okay.
like
Blue
massive
cheese.
blue cheese simp.
You're eating blue cheese over ranch any day.
Yeah,
That's rough, bro.
dude,
Both?
dude, I love these I love the subtleties of like the chunks in it compared to the creamy sour bitterness, but somehow savory sweet taste of the blue. Then you kind of add the cheese as a base. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Like
What
the
can I
blue
say,
cheese
guys?
and
I'm
cheese?
kind of a foodie.
What'd you say, Stash?
Make
Do you put blue cheese on normal cheese?
no.
What? Oh, you mean
You
the
said-
blue and the cheese? Okay, got it.
You know
Yeah.
the blue is mold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know cheese in
Yummy.
general is like a mold.
Yeah. In a different
Dumb
way.
Hoe. No, in the
different
same fucking way.
I think most-
you
I
come over
think-
here.
I think most cheeses are underrated though. I fucking love cheese. I'll eat cheese. Like the other day, we didn't want to cook dinner, and literally I just made like a charcuterie board for dinner because I didn't want to cook anything. So I just made like cheese,
And you cut up
some-
cheese and ham.
some pepperoni, salami, you know, a prosciutto,
Some bread.
a couple different kinds of cheeses, some crackers, bro. That shit. I'm eating cheese and crackers and meat every day if I could, bro. Like I'm telling you, that shit hits.
That's a top 20 meal.
Top 20.
Def.
That's top 10,
No, that's not top 10.
bro. You're eating steak.
Yeah, being fucking good. Bitch, you are eating fucking Brussels sprouts. Fucking number one. Don't.
Is it number
Don't.
two?
Don't. 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 Don't.
I don't know. I
Dude,
just
I'm
think
just so mad. I can't even make words at this point.
every like other
the
video.
fact that
Good.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I just think that like people liking steak is like steak has its own like subculture. Like on TikTok and shit, they'll be like people will be like cooking steak, like basting it with the butter and shit. Like this is the way to cook a perfect steak, bro. Like it has like its own thing. Like everyone's always taking pictures of them like grilling steaks. Like it has its own like subculture and it's weird. Like it's really weird.
But it's because it's fucking good, and no matter where you are,
that's because you live in Texas.
Whether that be the U.S. or Malaysia or China or Japan or South America or Africa, you guys eat the same thing. See,
I love that we went from countries to continents.
No, I mean like
tiny brain.
I think food here is a lot more processed and seasoned in the sense that you tend to make like a complete dish out of stuff as opposed to like individual. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you guys have your meals, it's like steak, potatoes, and veggies. It's steak, potatoes, and veggies. Whereas like in the Asian continents, in the African continent as well, you sort of like combine it together and make a dish out of it, and it's like it doesn't taste like the individual ingredients. You know?
Yeah.
So I think the like when you guys talk of seasoning, you talk of salt and pepper, and like here it's like 25 more spices. Like you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're white, dude. I mean,
fair,
what do you want us to do?
To be fair, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assumption, bro. That's fair. But
so steaks mid basically.
But going off of that, there's kind of a debate whether you should eat a single thing at a time or just kind of combine them, and like maybe this is more of an American thing where there's a good portion of Americans that will begin eating their potatoes, then go to their next side, then their main dish.
Shouldn't do
Tia,
that.
do you live a life like that?
I don't like if I'm cooking like if I'm eating it like home, but I am like a staunch believer that like if I go anywhere and get so I got like Chick-fil-A yesterday, for example. If I get Chick-fil-A, I'll get a chicken sandwich and the fries. I eat all of the fries first and then eat the sandwich. Anywhere I go, I don't know, but anywhere that I go that's fast food and I get fries with something, I always eat all of the fucking fries first. And it's like a weird habit. My wife always makes fun of me for it. She's like, why the fuck are you eating all the fries first? I don't fucking know. But anywhere we go that's fast food and it has fries, I eat all the fucking fries first.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
No, you shouldn't do that.
And
you shouldn't eat the carbs first because it spikes your blood sugar and then fucks up the rest of the digestion later.
Bro, I drink Mountain Dew. Like, you think I'm worried about the insides of my body, bro? Like, it is what it is, bro. If it's my time, it's my time, bro. I'll see you next time. You know what I mean?
He be sipping on that battery
Sipping
acid.
on that dew.
Yeah, bro. That dooski. I mean, it is what it is.
Have we ever talked about our favorite sodas before?
I don't think so, but we all know mine.
Yeah, he's a big Mountain Dew fan.
Mountain Dew is what it is, baby.
I don't drink soda.
Have you ever drank a soda?
Because you're a grown man, you don't drink soda, bro.
Oh,
but it'd be people that be like, bro, I don't drink soda, but drink 6 coffees every day, bro. Like, it'd be those kinds of people.
I drink 6 coffees.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody that does it says, bro, I never drink soda. They drink hella coffee. My wife, she rarely ever drinks a soda. She drinks 3 cups of coffee every single morning. Like, back to back to back. Like, that's her morning routine. 3 cups of coffee. But she'd be like, bro, soda's not good for you. You're drinking 3 cups of coffee in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a soda, I think I like root beer. Oh, fuck me, I've got a root beer in the fucking freezer. Just give me a moment. I've got to
go get that shit, buddy. Go get. Says I don't drink soda.
And then goes, like, oh, fuck, let me go get later. My soda.
Oh, fuck. I love soda. I forgot.
I think Mountain Dew gets a bad rap.
Since I've had soda.
Mountain Dew gets a bad rap because coming from people that like all game a lot, like you've been like into gaming a long time, and I know Stash has been into gaming a long time, and so have I, like all of us. I feel like Mountain Dew gets a bad rap because everyone always associates Mountain Dew with like the big fat Cheeto fingers kid who's playing video games at 4 a.m. drinking like a 2 liter of Mountain Dew, bro. That's the bad rap Mountain Dew always gets, is it's like the big gamer kid who's drinking Mountain Dew in the middle of the night, bro. That's why it ggets a bad rap, low key.
Tia, were you that big fat gamer boy?
I mean, low key, yeah, bro. But I used to drink a lot of energy drinks in the middle of the night, and then my doctor told me it wasn't good for my health, so I had to stop. Bro, I would be up. I would be up on like a weekday, like playing in a Call of Duty tournament, like 1 a.m, just slamming monsters, bro. And I would like my hands would be fucking shaking. I'd be like so hopped up on caffeine in the middle of the night, dude. So I had to chill out on that. I used to drink like 2 or 3 monsters a day, so I feel like Mountain Dew is not gonna kill me like any more than that already has. So whatever.
How many Mountain Dews per day though?
I only drink one. If I drink a soda during the day, it's always one, no more than one. That's like my life rule, bro. Unless I'm like over at my family's house, like we're doing a bunch of random shit, and I don't want to, like, they don't have anything else to drink, I'll drink another soda.
There's been time periods where my bitch ass would drink like 2 Diet Cokes per day, but then I.
But it's diet. It's okay.
That's what I drink. No, most of the time I drink Diet Mountain Dew instead of regular, but
I'm kidding.
I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass.
Back in college, every morning I drank like 3 or 4 Cokes.
3 or 4 Cokes for breakfast?
Coke for breakfast, and I'm not talking about that good Coke.
Bro, but I'm saying
talking about Coca-Cola.
People will roast you for drinking diet sodas because they have aspartame in them, you know, like the fake sweetener, and apparently everyone says it's really bad for you. But low key, like it's really not. Aspartame like dissolves in your bloodstream into like all various types of like random sugars and random shit, I don't know, chemicals or whatever. And like whatever it dissolves into, eggs has like 30 times the amount that like one diet soda does, bro. Like, so I'm not fucking dealing with any of that. And at the end of the day, bro, if I die from drinking a soda, like, see ya. I don't fucking know, bro.
See ya.
Either way,
is worth it.
Dude, either way, we are going to die. So
that's my view on life.
Might as well go down and drinking that Dew, baby.
That's right, baby. I'm already gonna peace out anyway. But Stash, we were making fun of you because you were like, I never drink soda. I'm a grown man. Hold on, let me go get my soda out of the freezer.
No, okay, so
I gotta go get my pop.
I got I had my girlfriend over and we ordered like some food from Uber Eats, and yeah, so it came with like with the soda, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this cold, so I chucked it in the freezer and then forgot about it for like 5 hours. Not very.
I've done that before and it exploded. I put a can of soda in the freezer and it literally exploded, and it made it. I had to clean everything out because it was fucking everywhere.
Yeah, that's why I ran, because I know what happens. It's happened.
What would we say is the worst soda?
I'm saying Dr. Pepper is fucking horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
The Dr. Pepper's good.
Dr. Pepper is horrendous. You gotta
stop pretending Dr. Pepper and licorice are good things.
That's what I'm, bro. And you know, like what's the licorice candy? Twizzlers? Is that what it's called? The little red, like it's a Twizzler, right, bro? If you bite into a Twizzler and you think that is actually like very tasty, something's wrong with you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're chewing on an HDMI cord talking about, bro, this slaps, bro. Like, there is no chance you're biting into a Twizzler thinking like this is what I want to snack on. There's no shot, bro. Something's wrong with you. Same thing with Dr. Pepper. It tastes like a liquid Twizzler, and that shit is gross.
But then you would drink Dr. Pepper with a Twizzler.
Bro, I will die on that hill that Dr. Pepper is gross.
Double diabetes, baby.
Bro, give me that. Give me that BDs, baby.
Any fucking grape soda out there is fucking so bad.
Dude, most grape. Listen to this food take really quick. most grape flavored things, they don't even taste like. Think of what it tastes like to eat a grape, like the fruit of a grape, like
But
the
they
fruit.
taste better than grape.
And then drinking or eating anything that's grape flavored, that shit literally just tastes purple. It doesn't taste like a grape. That shit tastes like purple would taste, bro. There's no way you can drink a grape Fanta and then eat a grape right after and be like, very similar taste. The Fanta tastes purple. There's no fucking grape flavor to it. And I will die on that hill that grape flavored things are fucking gross.
If you ever get any like flavored like thing, it better be orange.
I fuck with orange or like cherry, bro. Cherry flavored things pretty good. Depending. If it's way too sweet, it's not good. Like cherry flavored soda's fucking awful. But like a cherry flavored lollipop, heat.
Cherry Coke is good.
I eat a lot of candy, just FYI. So I eat a lot of shit. I have like the worst like sweet tooth.
Bulking up season though, so you need all that candy.
I mean, we had a long conversation when we had Max on the pod talking about food, and Max was just making fun of Americans the whole time because he was like, "What the fuck are you eating this shit for?" What are we talking about?
Fatties.
We were talking about like nerds, like the, like the little hard like candies or whatever. He's like, "Bro, it's literally just like a sugar ball." I'm like, "I know, but it tastes good." The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, all candy is a sugar ball.
That's when Max was flaming Mountain Dew because he said he got it for the first time in his life in Switzerland, and he said it tasted so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is, man. People don't get down like us Americans, bro. We got like 50% obesity, bro. Like, we're out here living life. You can't get that with just steak. Yeah, bro. We pay for the healthcare and we got the itis, bro. Let's go.
That kind of leads into the next topic, where like say you gained like 500 pounds, then you could like clone yourself and then become like two people. Would you do it?
No, I would never.
So
if
you
myself.
could become. So if you could become two people, but you had to gain like 500 pounds, then do like what's it called, meiosis?
Mitosis, yeah.
Mitosis, where you just turn into two people. You guys wouldn't do that?
I've got a twin, so that happened.
Do you really?
30 years ago.
But you can't control your twin.
You wouldn't be able to control your clone either.
Oh, twins are fucking being a twin. I feel like would be just so fucking weird, dude. I would just like one of my really good friends. He's a twin and he has a twin brother. And a couple months ago, I was at a restaurant and I thought he was there, but he was like sitting with some other dude, and so I didn't want to be like, "Yo, what's up?" And I text him. I was like, "Yo, are you at yada yada this restaurant?" He's like, "No, but my brother lives like right across from it, so it's probably him." And I was like, bro, the fact that like when they're together I can immediately tell them apart, but like if they're not together I never know which one is which is a fucking scary thing to me. Like if like Stash, if you stand next to your brother, I'm sure people can like tell you apart, but like out in public I'm sure like it's a lot harder if you aren't together.
No, they can, because my brother is not identical to me. He looks like a completely different person.
Oh well.
Your brother's hot, man. Like fucking hot.
Yeah.
Sexy.
How do you know that? What the fuck?
I know people that know people, man. See, but you do agree he's very hot.
Yeah, he's an attractive man. Put a lot of work in.
Because he's got those similar genes, man. Similar to you. Fucking look at you. With the fucking fade on the side. With the fucking shaved beard. Bro, you be looking like a whole snack.
Now you're giving me a mental boner. Mm-hmm.
See? Homies build up the homies. So then by the time the homies smooch, the boners explode. See?
Jesus. Let's clip that.
That's the meaning of life, bro. Like homies smooch and boners explode.
That's my motto, man.
That's the motto. No, but I wouldn't clone myself. I feel like, I don't know. That's just weird.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I might just so I can
Lonely
get
Boy
like if I might just so I can get like more things done at like once. You know, like my clone could work while I'm doing something else.
Why the fuck would your clone agree to that? Your clone would be like, "Shut up, bitch. You work and I'll do it." Like,
Bro, what if your clone? But if your clone had to do what you said, then I would.
the only reason I think I'd have a clone is for, well, spare parts.
Oh, that's fucking smart,
So-
bro. Your kidney gives out, you just steal one from your clone. That's fucking
No problem.
fucking smart.
No kidney, no problem.
That's a fucking book that took me 60 years to read because I'm dyslexic. but that's a book I listened to and I don't remember which book. But
It's sort of like the theme of Altered Carbon as well. That show on Netflix.
what is that?
It's just this like future dystopian show where
Yeah.
humans transfer their consciousness through like, they download and they upload into a clone of themselves, and the rich ones live in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. That sounds crazy, bro. Like I'm super into like futuristic or like apocalyptic like movies and books and shit. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that shit could really happen. Like on some weird shit. Like I'm rewatching the Planet of the Apes series, and I'm making my wife watch them because she's never seen them. So we're like the movie series, like the she's seen the OG one from like 2001 with Mark Wahlberg when he was like a baby.
That's
But
not
I'm talking about like. That's not the OG ones are like in the 70s, like those old ass ones. I've seen all of those too, but I'm saying like we're rewatching the ones from like 2011, 2013, 2017. And bro, I feel like that shit could low key happen, bro. Like humans are fucking around with some chemicals and shit, trying to cure a disease. We're practicing on chimps, and then we make the chimps like hella smart, bro, and they take over the world. Like, bro, that shit would be kind of nuts. That shit would be kind of nutty.
The chimps are
Kind of
scary. They can rip
bananas.
your arms off and shit. Hey, nice one.
Kind of bananas. That's
Guys,
where it's at.
but we should quit monkeying around and get back to the
Oh
topic.
my, this man is on one.
So with
Can we push on a little bit? It's getting a little bit late.
can we do like 15 minutes and then cut it
Yeah.
off, man?
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
good. But going back to talking about cologne, so what Big T was talking about was that whole like Mr. Me Seeks, where it's like these are the things I do for you, master, and they better fucking work. So would these clones have the consciousness enough to be like their life doesn't matter? Because because technically their lives wouldn't matter because it would only need to be your slave in a way. So would they have consciousness, or would they just be a blank bitch?
Bro, I seen iRobot.
Yeah, the minute you give them consciousness, then they ask themselves the question, why am I the extra and not you?
Yeah.
And then you practically fuck yourself because you're going up against your equal.
Dude, I mean, maybe I might make a clone if I can fuck myself. See?
Okay.
Make my clone fall
That's
in love
really
with me,
crazy,
then I marry myself.
I don't really know how to respond to that.
See?
That's kind of a wild turn you just took.
Well, anyways, guys, let's move on to the next topic. What is the most useless item that you actively pay for?
Insurance.
Oh. It's useless until it's not, right?
Like, well, mine is health insurance, right? Because I have to pay all this money for health insurance when I think that, being the richest country in the world, I should get that shit for the free. But,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That's true. No, what about something that you pay for that you actually don't need?
A lot of people have heard me harp on this, bro, but I'm saying trash bags. Like, it is absurd that I pay for something I have to throw away. That pisses me off. It pisses me off so bad. Every time I have to buy a box of trash bags, I get even more angry. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm buying this and throwing it away.
Every time you pay for food and you eat it, it just becomes shit.
That is true. But if you don't pay for food, you die.
You become shit.
Then you become shit.
that like whole belief that like these things we need should be free, but like no economy can survive like that. So there needs to be a middle ground between.
I've got a good one. Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna say I've got a good one in theme. The most useless shit I still pay for. Arcane Premium on the Voyage Discord.
Hey, there it is.
I still pay for that. Like it's like every couple of every month I get a charge to my credit card, and I'm like,
yeah,
fuck's sake. Like,
I'm bad about stuff like that. Like I get charged for shit, and it'll be like $5 a month, and I'll just like, oh, I'm gonna remember next month to like go in and cancel it, and I just never do. So I pay like 3 years worth of a gym membership I don't use. So I'm like, I'll do it next month, and I just forget.
Back when I worked at Red Voyage, I bought Nitro, which to be honest, I don't need anymore. That I'm not modding, but.
Bro, Nitro's kind of the move. I like Nitro.
I love Nitro. It lets me change my profile pictures across servers, change my name.
Yeah, I fuck with that. That's the only reason I like it, because I can like change my profile picture and change my name a bunch of times, which is funny.
It's pretty expensive.
What other things do I pay for? Most of the things I buy is like food, like Costco hot dogs, Costco pizzas.
Mitch's stash. Mitch is the only person I've ever known that will brave going into a Costco just to get a hot dog and then leave. Like I only go into Costco. I'll get a Costco like hot dog or like a piece of pizza if I'm already shopping in Costco, because that's already like a whole ordeal just to be in Costco. Yeah. Costco's a fucking nightmare. But Mitch will be like, "Hold on, I'm running into Costco to get a piece of pizza while I'm on the phone with him." I'm like, "Who does that?"
Dude, it makes me feel like Superman, like going against all odds to get a fucking pizza. That is,
bro. Costco really be scamming though, because
my mouth.
Costco really be getting you though, because you'll be like, "Wow, I always buy ketchup. I should buy this 18 pack." You know what I mean? And then you just buy a bunch of shit and you have nowhere to put it. Every time I go to Costco, I come home and I have nowhere to put it because it's always in a big ass box.
Yeah.
And if you can't, it's like when you go to Costco, you can't really try anything new, because if you don't like it, you have like 18 pounds of it. So what the fuck are you gonna do with it? You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is.
Is this a dumb thing to ask? But do you have like Costco's over there?
It's not called Costco, but Costco is a hypermarket, and we've got a bunch of hypermarkets.
Yeah, shit's crazy. But that's another thing that you fucking actively pay for is 18 boxes of ranch each month.
Bro, hey, ranch should never be a waste.
Like, he gets it pumped directly to his house.
Yeah, ranch would never be a waste.
He gets boxed ranch. Like those big boxes of like wine, he gets big boxes of
where it sits in the fridge and I pull the nozzle and it just like pours out onto whatever I'm eating.
He's got a ranch cellar.
That'd be kind of sick, dude. It'd be like y'all want to try my 2012 bottle, huh?
You want to try my white sauce?
You can taste the bitterness that has gained up over the past 10 years.
Bro, another thing, let me chime in, because I know that like this can be a US thing depending on where you live, like specifically like just a US thing. In the US we have to pay every single year to re-register our car, which is a fucking annoying.
Do that.
Dude, so every year I have to pay like $100 to get a new sticker that says 2023 and put it on my license plate, and then the next year. A lot of countries don't do that, and I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? I registered it once, so you have the paperwork for it. Why do I have to keep re-registering it over again?
But then you go to Mexico and like somebody's driving with 0 tires, and it's like, oh, this is why. Zero tires. Just
here you call it a road tax, and I think that makes more sense because you use the roads. The tolls pay for highways, and your road tax helps to pay for the other shit.
But what if I don't use the road?
My money is going to.
Then why do you have a car?
Yeah.
Where do you
Touche.
drive?
Touche.
Get a
Yeah.
fucking bike, bitch.
Building?
Learn to run.
Learn to run. I just run 16 miles to the office. I have to leave 3 hours early. And I'm just fucking
No,
hauling
run
ass.
full speed.
Yeah, full speed. You see me on the side of the highway, not even like on like just a normal road. I'm on the interstate, just fucking running down the side of the interstate. Hey,
Dude,
someone's
I've
got to do
seen
it.
that shit before, and it's like you are on fucking correct.
That's the
or
thing.
you are just way too determined for no reason at all.
That's the thing about like running to me is that like I ran a lot like in high school and something in college, but there's just like I'm not determined enough to like go run outside when it's really cold outside or like really hot, bro. Like I'm just not gonna do it, bro. Like I don't have the drive or the will to want to go outside and get like frostbite and run around. Like there ain't no way. I'd rather sit inside and never touch grass, and that's just the way it is.
But we kind of moved off of that topic. Do you guys pay for Netflix, Hulu?
Yeah, but I use those
And
all the time.
do-
all the time.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And where to say I did buy it, dude, I never use that shit.
I use it a lot, but
Yeah.
I also watch like a lot of YouTube too, so I don't know. I need to get what is it, YouTube Red or whatever, where you can lock your phone and your YouTube keeps playing.
So
Just watch it
you
on
can
your
watch the
computer,
Degen report.
Yeah, I'm gonna just play it on loop to
That's
boost our views.
Definitely it.
Good man, good.
I'm making
We
burner
need that
YouTube.
shit
I'm
during
making
this
burner.
bear.
I'm making burner YouTube accounts.
Burner YouTube account.
You just like make 10 different accounts and like.
But they're all big T, just like
Comment
different
on every
capitalizations. One's got an underscore.
Big T. Tig B.
Big underscore T. You know, something
Tig
like
B.
that.
Big B.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, we should end the episode there. We very much appreciate having you on, man. We do get you are very busy, and the time difference may be a bit of a bitch, but we loved having you on. Is there anything you'd like to pimp?
I like to pimp.
Yeah.
Not particularly. Just thanks for having me on again. And yeah, 2022's been a good year. Been a good year for growth, basically. Maybe not financially, but
Yeah.
I think we stay in the system, keep doing what we're doing, and by the time mass adoption comes around, or even the next bull run, I think we'll be primed in a lot better position, in a lot better an environment. Keen for it. Oh, and give Tavern Squad a look.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. If you're interested in Tavern Squad, hit up Stash. He can help you out with the way shit works.
They are doing a ton of dope ass things, so make sure to check them out. And so on that note, we do appreciate everybody for watching this entire episode. It is Thursday, so I'll upload it in about 3 hours, 2 hours. Jesus Christ. And anyways, if you did like it, go down and drop a like and maybe sub. And we do these episodes every single fucking Thursday. So come back in the next week and it'll just be us shooting the shit. So anyways, we will see you next time on the Degen Report. Peace,
Goodbye.
guys.
Peace out.